Alright, hello and welcome to this No Cape No Starworld beginner tutorial. So this tutorial is oriented for beginners, but we will give clues on how to improve and eventually aim for a sub 35 time. In the previous video we talked about which levels you have to complete in this category and how you can complete them, beat them. And the rest of the tutorial is gonna be we're gonna be analyzing every single world individually. In this category we have World 1, World 2, World 3, World 4, World 5, World 6, World 7, and then the buzzer fight. This is how it's gonna be split. Alright, so today's video is about World 1, which is the beginning of the game. And World 1 is 4 levels in this category. Yoshi's Island 2, Yoshi's Island 3, Yoshi's Island 4, and Castle 1, Iggy's Castle. Alright? And we're gonna go through each of these levels, and then we're gonna talk about how the game works and which strat you can do, what things you can avoid as a beginner, or if you want more advanced stuff, then we can talk about that too. We're gonna talk about some stuff about that too. Alright, so let's start with Yoshi's Island 2, the first level of the game. Luckily this level is the easiest. So I'm just gonna go through the level normally, and then we're gonna talk about what's happening in this. Whoa. So in this level, luckily, there is not much difference between what a beginner is gonna do and what a more advanced player is gonna do. It's mainly just hold right and then jump at the right time. There's nothing really to be afraid of, and that's it. You beat this level pretty much optimally right here. Alright, so that's pretty easy. So let's go back in there and then talk about what's happening. So just in this game, I'm pretty sure you are aware that we can normal jump with A and spin jump with B. And in this game it's pretty important to know how to switch between jumps. In this level it's not very important, but in later levels it's gonna be more important to know how to switch jumps. In the tutorial I explain the different grips you can use in this game. I explain like 2 main grips that are like the most standard ones. I talked about standard gripping and then claw gripping. And knowing about those grips and switching between those grips is actually something very important in this game. So I'd suggest you get used to that, because we're gonna do that quite a bit. Alright, so first things first. This level is pretty straightforward. It's all about, in a lot of like no-cape levels, it's gonna be just holding right and then try to like jump over enemies and obstacles without holding left as much as possible. So this level is a good example of just go through everything and just like know where to jump. And it's gonna be a lot about learn the jumps for a lot of those levels. And in this there is nothing tricky about this. I'm pretty sure everybody can learn this level in like 3 minutes. And it's all about just learning the movements for this. So first of all, in this opening you're gonna have a shell here at the beginning of the level. You have 2 ways you can handle this shell. You can either just run and then get rid of it later by like clashing it to an enemy, or just up tossing it if you want. Or you can do that, throw this, and then you'll gain a life. Alright? So this is a life you can get right off the bat, a 1-up you can get right off the bat if you're afraid to game over later. And something you can do, I actually like doing that in a race, just in case. So usually in races, this is how I open. That's a bit swag, I killed the first guy like that. It's not necessary. So, but in races I'm gonna open like that, so I can get the life just in case. Game overing in this game is very difficult, even as a beginner, but you never know if you're like death loop somewhere, or so it's better to know where to gain life. Alright. So for this opening you choose. It's quite important. You can, if you want, you can escort the shell to the end of the level. It's not really a big deal. You won't have extra lag because of that, or whatever. But you would have to get rid of it before the gold though. Because I lost it. But I want to show you what happens if you put an item through the goal. You will gain a mushroom when you're small, so and you will have to go through a power-up transition. So this is slower than just getting rid of it. Just want to show you the gold thing. So this first one is gonna be a good because the levels are pretty easy. It's gonna be a good opportunity to talk about how the game works. Oh, I did a turn back. There you go. So you get a mushroom. You don't really want that. You see the freeze frame here. You have to go through the power transition. You lose time. So usually, if you grab this shell, you gotta get rid of it in one way. So you can just throw it. You can clash it with an enemy. Whatever you want. For this part of this level, you have what we call the midway here. Pretty sure you are aware of this. The specificities of midways when you're small is when you grab them, you become big without any cost. So there is no additional cost. There is no freeze frame or transition frames or whatever. You just become big. The reason why we want to skip this midway, it's because in Castle 1 later on, it's very likely that you'll take damage on the first obstacle if you're big. It's possible to avoid it, but it's quite difficult. So in general, we're gonna want to avoid the midways in World 1 until Castle 1, and in Castle 1 we'll see what to do. If you're afraid to die, honestly in this level I really doubt you will be afraid to die. You can grab it. I mean, it's not a big time loss to take damage somewhere, so if you're really afraid you can just continue the same movement but big. Alright, so that's for the midway. Well, in here I'm gonna skip it. Again, it's not very important. It's just faster to skip it though, because of later levels. There, here you have two possible endings. You can either jump on the yellow blocks and then do a full jump to grab the goal, or you can just skip this entire section like this. And then you have a track here, you have to jump over it. So up to you. You choose which ending. I do like the top ending because it's just caveman. So jump on this pipe, full jump, and then you reach the goal. You don't have to worry about the track. Alright. So that's pretty much how we handle level 1. Not much to say about it. I-60, very I-60 gold tape time is what you want. 61 is possible with a neutral jump at the end, but I'm not gonna go into details. It's a beginner tutorial, I'm not gonna go... I don't want to be too technical, and I will talk about like technical stuff only when it's required. Here it's not very required to understand speed stuff for this first level. So let me do it again. Oop, I killed the shell and the first enemies, it's fine. You're gonna have a Koopa, jump over. Gonna have a Koopa, jump over. Attack the stairs, the chuck is here, up. The midway we're gonna jump over with full jump, up. So here I like to trigger this vine, it's not, you don't have to do that, you can just run, right? And it's totally fine. Jump on the pipe, full jump, and then we grab the goal again. Alright. So nothing crazy about this level, just learn the jumps. Remember to get rid of the shell. If you're afraid, grab the midway. It's better to not grab it, especially here. In the next level, maybe we'll talk about grabbing the midway. If you're really afraid, but in this level, that is all there is to it. So congratulations, you beat your first level in No Cape No Starworld. And hopefully you can learn this level pretty quick. It's probably the easiest level in the game, this one. Yeah, in this category, this is definitely the easiest level in the game. Alright, so when you beat this exit, when you beat this level, you have an overworld event, and then you lead automatically to Mario will walk automatically to this level here. And let's look into it. So this is all we're gonna do it. So tack tack. That's what it look like when you complete this level, Yoshi's Island 3. So this is the first technical level in the game, this one. So once you get the hang of it, it's not too difficult, but... Boom! Usually, it's funny, one thing funny about this level is usually in races, people are very silent during this level. Too afraid to die. But this is what it looked like to be this level, and I will definitely recommend learning those movements because it's not too difficult and it's pretty fast, so there's not much to worry about. So let's look at it. We're gonna break this level in two parts, I think. The first half until the midway and the second half. And the way you have to learn it, basically, I think the best way to learn it is to learn the first half until the midway and then keep doing it, and then learn the second half from the midway to the end. The first part of this level is usually the hardest part, mainly because of that jump here, which is called box jump, which is the first, I think, tricky jump of the game. Too bad it's in level 2, but that's how it is. And the idea in the beginning of this level is to build P-speed. So you start like right here, you build P-speed, and then you jump on the box, and then you do a full jump on the cement block here. Alright? So casually, what probably they want you to do is to go through like that, okay, and then use the blocks, use the platforms here. It's way too slow. So what we're gonna do is build P-speed. Around this point here, you want to jump on that box, okay? So hop, hop, and then full jump to the cement block. So let's do it again. Tack, tack, full jump. Is it really a full jump? Let me check. It is really a full jump. Sometimes we think it's a full jump, but because we're too used to the game, we just cut it quickly and then... So no, it is truly a full jump from here to there. So visual cue, tack, tack, and tack. Okay? So build P-speed, visual cue, tack, tack, and tack. And now you can proceed. You can continue to the rest of the level. So the first part to learn is this part here. Step A of part 1. Those two jumps. P-speed, tack, tack, tack. Alright. I'm using B presses to do jump. The box jump, you can do it with a spin. It's totally possible. But this jump from the box to the cement block needs to be a B jump, a normal jump. You won't make it with a spin, I think. Yep. So spin jump, like jump lower than normal jumping. That's one detail about this game. So details about this game are gonna come on the fly while I play, and I'm like, oh, yeah, maybe I should talk about that. So let's do it again. Visual cue, tack, tack, up, and then we're here. From here to the midway point, it's just gonna be learn the right jump to do. There's actually nothing tricky about it. So let me put a save state after the beginning. Tack, tack, up. And then what I do is 2 spins. So I like to do small spins from there. So from here I like to do a spin, small spin, tack, 2 small spin, tack, and small spin again. And I conveniently land on this platform. This platform has the specificity to actually boost you up a bit when you run on it. So tack, 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 and you see how this platform is gonna move right when I step foot on it, when I run on it like that. This is gonna give me a tiny boost. So we're gonna boost Mario in this level, running on this brown platform as much as possible. The boost is really small, okay, it's a few frames. So you save a few frames at the end of the level. If really you think it's too scary to do that, to run for a long time on this platform, you can jump earlier. Alright? But I think it's better to learn this level with those movements and jumping on and getting used to jump on this platform just in case. And if you're too afraid to like take it as long as me, for example, like that. So here it was very long, you see? Or I'm at the edge of the platform here. You can just like jump as soon as you land on it if you're too afraid to run on it, but you can easily get used of. you can really get used to that, like really easily. All right. So let's take it again. Small spin, small spin, small spin, tack, and then one platform. Small spin, small spin, small spin, tack, one platform, up, and we are in this step. We did step B, so now we're gonna do step C, and I think it's gonna be the midway area after. Okay. So let's go back at the beginning of the road. Building P-speed, visual cue, tack, tack, full jump, visual cue, tack, small spin, up, and small spin. And then we are here again. Okay. From this point, we're gonna obviously not stop like I just did. We're gonna preserve P-speed for the entirety of the level. And from this point, we're just gonna learn new jump. It's gonna be similar. It's just what it is. This level is all about knowing the jumps, that's all. Tack, tack, hop, and from here. So now we have P-speed. We did the beginning of the level, and we're gonna continue. So what I do is a jump on this Koopa here, and then a low bounce. The reason why you may not want to run and jump on this platform, even though the jump looks convenient, is because this platform is going left. The same way the brown platform are pushing you right when you run off them, like this. This platform, when the platform is gonna spawn and you're gonna come here with P-speed, it's gonna push you left because she's gonna go. The platform is gonna go to the left. Okay, so we're gonna try to avoid that. A way to avoid that is just to jump off this guy, and it's very convenient. So up, and just a no bounce will help you reach this platform here easily. So tack, tack. Okay, this platform is going up. You will not lose time running on it. So up, tack, tack. And then up. From this point on, at the beginning of the bush here, I do a full jump. Okay, let's do it again. Jump on Koopa, up, up, the bush, full jump, and I'm conveniently on the brown platform again. So now I can use the boost from the brown platform and continue. So tack, tack, visual cue, full jump, brown platform, small jump, brown platform, full jump. Up, and we are at the midway area. Okay. So we're gonna do the level from the beginning again. Visual cue, tack, tack, hop. I did a normal jump. I did tell people to do small spins, but normal jump work too. So spin, spin, visual cue, spin, brown platform, Koopa, bounce, hop, full jump, small jump, full jump, hop, and then midway area. Okay. So that's the first part. I'll let you practice this. And this is the point where it can be interesting for a beginner to grab the midway actually. Okay? So the advantage of grabbing the midway here is if you die later on in this level, let's say you mess up a jump, which can happen, like missing an input on this brown platform, you will respawn at the midway you will respawn at the midway point and you will not have to redo the first half of the level. So for a beginner, this is like the advantage. If you grab the midway. The disadvantage is you're big, and as I said earlier, being big in this world will lead to probably a time loss in Castle 1, which honestly is not the end of the world for a beginner, okay? So if you're confident, you can skip the midway, for sure. And if it's too hard for you, just grab the midway, take it easy, and if you die, you will respawn in this area. If you die, you respawn in this area, then you can easily rebuild P-speed again, and then continue the strat, like you learn. When you respawn though, this midway point will not be here, so you will be small for the rest of the level. Okay? So now we're ready to learn the second half of this level. So let me do the first half again, so I can reach the second half. I have to put a save state, so spin, spin, tack, spin, jump off this guy, tack, full jump, small spin, full jump, and midway area. So here we are full speed. I will skip the midway, personally, so up. And then it's all about here learning the jumps. It's the same idea. For the first half, for the second half, it's all about learn how to jump. So here I don't have really good visual cues actually. It's just a matter of like knowing where to go and what to do. So this is what it look like the second half here. Up. So jump over this, jump over here. So at the bush here, at the end of the bush, you can do a full jump. You jump over everything. Okay. So full jump, and then small jump, small jump. So those are medium jumps rather, not small jump. Medium jump, medium jump. Okay? So full jump, medium jump, medium jump. And we reach this part. So full jump, medium jump, medium jump, medium jump, and we're here. From here we're gonna do a full jump, and it's gonna be convenient because we're gonna land on this brown platform. So full jump, medium jump, medium jump, medium jump, full jump. Ah, we are on this brown platform. Isn't it beautiful? So full jump, medium jump, medium jump, medium jump, full jump, spin, big jump, small spin, and then big spin. And the rest are just small spin until the end. Not this jump, I messed up. The last jump is gonna be a big jump. So big jump, medium jump, medium jump, medium jump, big jump, small spin, big jump, small spin, and we're here. Let's do it again. Big jump, medium jump, medium jump, medium jump, big spin, big jump, small spin, big jump, small spin, and we're here. Alright. And the end part is not too difficult. It's just the same thing. Learn which jump you want to do. You have to do. And this jump here is quite tricky, actually. I think it's worth like... So as you can see, if I do a full jump from here, right into the Koopa. You don't want that. And if you land on this platform here to make it easy, this platform is pushing you left. So what is recommended to do is a full spin actually from here. So not really the edge of the platform, but just slightly before, and then you do a full spin. And then you land on this platform, okay? So around this part here, you can just do a full spin. Don't do it too close to the edge. Maybe if you do it too close to the edge, you can actually reach the guy. Or maybe not. Well, in any case, to reach the edge of this one platform, you want to do it slightly before the edge of the platform. If this jump is too scary for you, which is understandable, do 2 spins here. You will lose time getting pushed by this platform, but you can definitely do a spin and then land here. But I think everybody is good enough to do this jump here. It's fine. Okay, so full jump, and then small spin, you run, small spin, you run, full jump. And that's all. That's all for this level. Okay? So here, once you understand that we're gonna use the brown platform to get boosted a bit, the rest is all about getting used to which jump you have to do and memorizing which jump you have to do. There's actually nothing really tricky about this level outside of that. So the first jump is definitely the hardest jump in this level, and let me do the full level again. Alright, let's go. Tack, tack, tack. Spin, jump. It's actually hard to play while speaking and describe what I do, so... Hop. Medium, tack, jump. Tuk, jump, tack. Hop, hop. So here I'm using the boost as much as I can. If you're too afraid, you don't have to do them. And there we go. If you don't use the boost at all, you would get a 58, a really high 58 end time. And usually top players get low 59, and it's totally fine. And that's all. So again, if you're too afraid to lose progress, especially in your first few runs, and you want to continue and do no resets, you can grab the midway. We're probably gonna lose the power up in this castle, but in the first room, but it's okay. Nothing to be worried about if you want more safety. Alright. So that is all for this level. So once you beat this level, the game will force you into this level. Or you can go back obviously if you want, but the overworld events will lead Mario. Mario will walk automatically at this level, so you just have to mash A and B, any buttons really, to get into the level. And we go to Yoshi's Island 4. Yoshi's Island 4 is a known level in this game. To have the first shell jump of the game, but I'm not gonna talk about shell jumps. I don't think it's a thing for beginners, and honestly, even I, at top level, I don't do it. So I think it's the time saves like 0.2 or 0.3. It's not nothing in 11 exit, but in longer categories it's nothing. You don't have to worry about it. You have much bigger time save later. So, and I don't really want to talk about this in this tutorial. It's gonna make things overcomplicated for no reason. I think it's better to focus on learning how to do the level a fast way, but also a simple way. Alright, so let's go. This is how it looked like. No shelf jump. Tuck, tuck, hop, tuck, hop, hop, hop. And we're at the pipe. When you enter the pipe, get into the exit, and you should get a 75. 76 if you do shelf jump, but we're not going to talk about it. Alright, so let's go back in there. The same thing as the previous level. It's just about learning the jumps and which jump you want to do. So first jump of this is this big jump here. Usually what I use is this yellow block. Once I reach past this yellow block, I go full jump. Okay, so past the yellow block, full jump, you reach this area. Alright, full jump. Then what I like to do here too is from this area to this area is a full jump. I don't think I did it in my in the area I just showed, but it's actually what I did. So caveman, that caveman, and then a few small spins and a big spin to reach this area. Okay, so caveman, spin, spin, spin. Caveman, spin, spin, spin. Those are not small spins, I think. They are big spins. Spin, spin, spin. Yeah. Alright. And then we reach the shell area. So this is the part where people like do a shell jump. People want to do the shell jump. What we're gonna do is we're gonna get rid of the shell. So let me just do it. Big jump, spin, spin, spin. So what we're gonna do to reduce lag, and it's something everybody can do, you can just stomp the shell like this. So that will reduce lag in that area here. And if you just jump over, it's totally fine too. You don't have to worry about it. There's no problem. So stomp it or ignore it or grab it. If you grab it on accident, you can just throw it like that, and it's totally fine. Okay. So what I like is to just stomp it. Hop. And then from here I do a big jump and then jump out of the water. To jump out of the water in this game, you gotta press up at some point. So you gotta press diagonal up. I believe it's like Mario 3. So it's the same here. Tag. Stomp the shell, full jump, and diagonal upright to get out of the water. The good news with this is, and I think it's a good opportunity to talk about the P meter here, is when I'm in the water, you can see my P meter is now going down. My P meter is the yellow number. You see on the top left, you have a red number, which is my speed, and a yellow number, which is the P meter. And the P meter is not changed when I'm swimming. It will be changed if I get out of the water though. You see I'm losing here when I get out of the water. So basically I have P speed, which is P7. Here, keep it, lose a bit, and then rebuild P speed immediately off this platform. So this is not a big time loss to actually touch the water. You don't want to stay on the water too long because it's a tide and it will push you to the left. So stomp the shell, tag, big jump, get out of the water, rebuild P speed, and perform the few last jump of the rope. Nothing crazy. So hop, hop, big jump, get out of the water, rebuild P speed. Tack, tack, and hop. From here, what I like to do is at this point here, I do a full jump, and then a small jump quickly. If I'm too late on this jump here, I die on the urchin. So full jump and hop. If you jump too late, you jump on the urchin. So you want to jump early enough to make sure that you reach the platform and not die to the urchin. Okay? But the cue is usually this part here. So you want to jump around this part slightly before if you can, if you rebuild speed already, and hop. Tuck. So if you sense you're going too far or you go too late, you can release B earlier to drop faster. So in this game, if you release B, you drop faster than if you hold B entirely. Okay, so it's good to know. So this engine is very technical and helps you to and it's really a good engine to correct yourself on the fly. If you commit to a jump, if you start a jump, you can, and you see you messed up, you think you messed up, you think you jump too high, or you jump like later than usual, then you can always correct it a bit. So here if I jump late, I'm like, oh, I jumped late, so I'm releasing B earlier to make sure I land before the urchin. If I'm not releasing B, then up in the urchin, okay? So it's up to you to see how much you want to release or not, depending on where you jump. This is something you develop the more you play the game though, so you start sensing which jump you need, when you need to release, when you need to hold more, and the player will figure out which type, with when to release, when to adjust on the fly. This is something that comes with experience anyway. So the Q type jump up and then small jump in. Hop, hop, hop. And then full jump again from here. So full jump, small jump, full jump from around the same Q here. So hop, hop, hop. And I jumped too high. So okay, this is an example of something where you want to cut the jump if you jump from here. So it's below, it's before that Q, I'm sorry. I do everything instinctively, so yeah, here you may want to cut your B press a tiny bit. If you jump late like that, if you cut your B press, it's good. So tack. Here it's too late, I cut my B press. I was not good enough, so tack, tack, cut the B press, and I land properly, okay? So up, 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 and there we go. So Q, tack, tack, visual Q, cut the B press a bit, tack. And then around the dragon coin you can just do a full jump, I believe. There you go. And then you're at the pipe. You can probably do a full jump if you jump very early. Yeah. The thing is, I'm so used to cutting my B presses that I can jump later and adjust on the fly. If you jump very early, you can just do a full jump. But it's up to you to choose which type of jump you want to do. Honestly, this level is pretty lenient with the type of jump you want to do. So, of course, what I show is just one example of what to do, and you can do it the way you want. It's totally fine, as long as you get out of this level without dying. That's all. Alright, jump, tack, tack. Here I'm gonna cut. Oh yeah, if you jump too early from this point here, you can land in the water, so don't jump too early from this platform. You want to run a tiny bit on it. Up, dragon coin, jump, full jump, up, small jump, pipe. Okay. But there's nothing tricky about this, so just do it again, and then it's just about you learning the movements. So on the top right of the video, of the layout here on the practice ROM, you have an input display so you can see how I'm doing things. There. Alright. So that's all there is to it in this level. Besides the shell jump, there is nothing really tricky to talk about. It's just about learning the jumps. And War 1 is going to be a lot like that, but that's actually a lot of the game is going to be like that in this category. So yeah, nothing tricky. Let's learn the jump. And then you get through the 3 first level pretty easily. There's no midway in this level, by the way. Yeah, no safeties. If you somehow are big for this, out of this level because you took the safety midway, this level you do the same movements here, big, and it works too. Okay. Now, when you beat this level, you have to do Castle 1. Castle 1 is the first, like, I think, hard level. Even for top players, Castle 1 is... we reset in Castle 1 sometimes. Not all the times, but it's not an easy level. Every castle in these games are not easy. They always have something hard going on. Luckily, we can take it as easy as we want though. Even though it's a difficult level when you do the proper strat. So... we are supposed to start small. If you took the safety, we're gonna talk about that too later. Okay? So, let's enter this castle small. Alright, so this is what room 1. So this castle has 3 parts. Room 1, a midway. Room 2, which is an auto-scroll, and we're not gonna talk much about this, the auto-scroll, because it's pretty easy. And the boss fight. Okay, so we're gonna take it one step at a time. First, I'm gonna do the first room, explain the first room. Then we're gonna do the second room, explain the second room, and then we're gonna do the boss fight and the different ways to kill the boss fight, to kill the boss. The boss in this castle is Iggy, because I mean it's Iggy's castle. And it's not a difficult boss, but you can die to it. Alright, so this is how I would do room 1, personally. There you go. And there you go. So that's an example of room 1 being done. With not all optimizations, but it's a pretty decent room 1 for like an average attempt. Okay. What we're gonna do here for us as beginners, we're gonna try to ease some jumps, because like a couple of jumps I just did are very difficult, and I don't think it's wise to actually push the players to learn a tough castle 1 just to like reset forever in this level and never get runs. So we're gonna go through this the easy way. So this is why it will look like the easier way. This jump is the same. Alright. And then at the end you can just do that and do that. And then you get at the door. Okay? So this is what we're gonna learn, and then I'm gonna talk about how you can optimize this fence part and this potable part too. Here. Which are the hard part. Alright, so let's just learn the movement. First, you want to jump here as late as possible. If you jump too early, hop, face first into the Koopa. You die. So you want to jump as late as possible with a small spin jump. Tuk. You can do a normal jump, I think it works, but I think it's harder to actually do this jump with a normal jump, so... small spin. Tuck. Hop. And then you just auto right. You don't want to grab this P-switch because it's annoying. Here it's in the way, so we want to jump over it. So again, small jump tack, jump over it. Hop, jump over the P-switch, and we are in the fence area. Okay. You don't want to grab the fence earlier because you know it's slow to be in the fence, and fences are quite annoying in this game. So the less time we are on fences, the better it is. Let me just tell you that. So let's do it again. Quick late jump here, tack, and then we are in the fence area. So from there, what you want to do is just do a small... oh, I ghosted an input, but it's okay. So you want to do a small spin and then grab a fence. To grab a fence, you can either press up or down. When you're in front of a fence and immediately press up or down, you will grab it regardless. Okay, so fence, up, I pressed up, I'm on the fence. I jump without any up or down input, and I release it. If I try to jump while pressing down or up, this is what happens, you get stuck in the fence. So you get a jump, but you re-grab the fence immediately. Alright? That's why fences are quite annoying, actually, because it's easy to get stuck on them. Alright? So once you're here, press up or down. Usually I like to press down, but it's up to you. If you're scared, press up. If you're a bit brave, you can just press down. Make sure you don't press down too much or this happens. So small jump, press down or up. And then you just press right until this part. And then you just press jump without up or down inputs. So you can get rid of... so you can get out of the fence. Okay. Small jump, press down. We're doing that. Tack. We reach this area. Okay. from here, you just want to rebuild P-speed, do a small jump over this lava gap, and let me just reach. I did the normal strat, just the easy strat. So we do that. It's pretty easy. Jump over this lava gap, and we have the last part of the room 1. So what is recommended to do is just to do a full jump and press up right when you are at the top here. You will grab the fence, but pressing up right will not make you fall. Like, you're not gonna get out of the fence, okay? And if you're at the top of the fence and still press up right and press jump at this moment, up right, tack, and then release up before this fence area, then you will just reach this platform easily, okay? So tack, up right, tack, release up, and then you're here. So full jump, up right, and don't forget to release up. If you don't release up, so what's happening? You will re-grab the fence. If that happens, let go of up and down, just press jump, and then you're out of it. Okay. So this is the very safe way to deal with this ending here. There is a slightly faster way to do this that I'm gonna explain later. And but this is the very safe way, and there is no risk of dying doing that. It's very consistent. You lose a tiny bit of time, but you can still get a 280 door with very safe first fence and very safe second fence, and it's not that bad. Most players, they get like high 81 and then or like low 82s for the beginning here. One in-game second is 40 frames, so that's the difference. It's not that big, honestly. And with this like strat here, the top fence part, you just make sure you get out of this, and it's pretty easy. Okay. So that's for room 1. Now I'm gonna redo it again one more time with the easy strat to make sure that it's clear. So let's go back to the beginning of the room. Small jump here, tack, jump over the P-switch. Small jump, grab the fence, just hold right, get out of the fence, build P-speed, jump, up right, release up, jump and release up, grab the midway, and then you're at the door. Okay? So here, grabbing or not this midway, we'll talk about this later. I think for beginners it's better to grab it regardless. But we are at this point. Now, because this is a beginner tutorial, but because I still want to like give clues on how to improve, we're gonna talk very quickly on how to do better fences, better first fence and better second fence. So the beginning of the level is the same for everyone. This is what you cannot do that faster. So the difference between top players and beginners will most likely be on the first fence area and the second fence. The first fence, it's very slow to like be on fences. You see, the number on the top left of my screen is my speed in the practice room, and you see that I'm at 16 right now when I advance, when I move on the fence. Okay, but if I run, my speed is oscillating between 47 and 49 in this game. So obviously, we want to get stuck on fences the least amount of time. We don't want to like stay on fences as much as possible. So what we want is just when we grab a fence, because it's mandatory, we want to get rid of it immediately. And this is exactly the key part. This is why we do the movements we do at top level at the beginning of in the middle section here. We want to not stay on the fence. That's all. The problem with this is not only you want to not stay on the fence, but you have to deal with this annoying potable here. And so what we do is, because we don't want to stay on the fence as much as possible, we do a very tight jump under this Koopa to reach around this part here. And then we deal with the potable after, okay? So that's if you want to like save a bit of time over the just small jump. And this is a good opportunity to talk about regrabbing in this game. So the platforming engine, as I said, in this game is very complex. And Mario can jump in very different ways, different height, and can have different arc, depending on how much you press the button, release the button and repress the button. So as you can see, I can do a big arc like that, or I can do a trickier arc like this, where I go further. And how do you do that? Then you do that by pressing jump, releasing jump, and re-grabbing jump. Mario falls slower when you re-grab jump. When you all jump, and then you fall faster when you release it. And that allows you to have like those tricky trajectories sometimes. And this is exactly that trajectory we want under this guy. We want this very specific trajectory where we almost touch this guy, the Koopa's butt, but not quite. So we don't have to like grab the fence. Okay? And you can see I failed this jump a couple times because it's actually a very hard jump. If you press A too much, you jump onto the Koopa. If you press not enough, then you'll have to stay on the fence for longer. The beginner strat is to press not enough to reach the fence fast and then not have to deal with this guy. Alright, and the more advanced player, they're gonna try to get the tightest possible jump under that Koopa by doing what we call the re-grab. I repeat, the re-grab is pressing jump, releasing jump, and repressing jump. And you want to do a spin re-grab, a really tight spin re-grab under the guy, okay? To reach around this point here, okay? So that's few, and you can do it more or less tight, depending on how you feel, just to save more or less time, okay? So this is what it looks like. Once you reach this area here, you wait for the Podobo and then you jump off the fence. Again, staying on fence is slow, jumping off them is actually faster. You can see on the speed, 16, jump off them, rebuild up to 3x speed. Okay? So that's why we want to jump off them. So jump off them, jump off the fence, and rebuild speed, okay? And here we are at the same point as earlier. The same thing for beginners. You see I'm failing that jump, it's actually very hard. Alright? Jump over. So what a beginner can do is to mix all the strats. If you feel not confident about this really tight re-grab under this Koopa, then you can ignore it. But once the Podobo is done, you can try to jump like this. So it's something pretty common for beginners to just like doing stuff like this. Just messing up, mixing up strats, like you jump off the fences to gain time, but at the same time you don't want to do the big re-grab of the Koopa. Okay? So that is up to you. Obviously for beginners I recommend to not care about this and just ride the fence, because it's like 100% you will never die doing that. And it's up to you to see which strat you want to adapt, which things you want to take from top players. And but as you can see in front of you, I'm failing it quite a bit, so this is actually hard, okay? This part. So don't feel bad if you try it and then you just don't get it. But with enough practice, you will get it, okay? Oh, I grabbed the fence, so I have to reload the room. Alright, let's try again. So I'm gonna do it the normal way. Dude, I keep grabbing the fence because I got a diagonal while pressing a safe state. Alright. So my D-pad is trolling me during a tutorial, it's great. Alright, that's why I hate fences, by the way. So here we are. So improvement for this part of the fence. Reminder, the beginner strat would be something like this, and then you rebuild speed up to the top. The advanced strat is, again, trying to have P-speed as much as possible. So up, and then you want to grab the fence at the last moment and as close as possible to the ground. This will, first of all, you will keep bigger speed from this jump. You will keep longer the P-speed, like compared to this jump here. And then you will rebuild it faster too. So that's why we do a big jump off this ledge and very, very tight, like it's a big, big jump as late as possible, and try to grab the fence at the last moment here to make sure that up we can just like try to walk again as soon as we reach the bottom. Okay? So this is what we do to rebuild speed faster. But this is actually pretty difficult and quite risky. If you do that, you mess up your down presses, press too late, you're not gonna make it. If you press up doing that, you see it's not convenient. So it's really, you have to press down on that fence and then try to like reach this platform as early as possible. Alright, I'm not gonna talk about that more because it's advanced strategies, but I think it's good to know that it exists, one, and if you want to mess around, then you can. Even as a beginner in other games, I like to mess around with advanced stuff just for fun. So there we go. My voice is starting to die. I spoke for too long. So every time I do these tutorials, it's like that. Alright, let's redo the beginner thing. Let's redo the beginner room 1 before we talk about room 2. Jump. Jump. Oh, that's not the beginner. I have the muscle memory for advance, so... Up. It was very slow, but it's okay. Up. And enter the door. Okay. One more thing about room 1. About the safety. Just in case you take a safety midway before, you will be big here, most likely. And this jump here under this Koopa big is very tight. You will most likely take damage of it. If somehow you make it through it, well, as a beginner you can just do the same thing big. Just careful when you jump off the fences, because you're bigger. So if you jump from here, like, you're gonna die. Okay? But yeah, I don't want to go too much details with the big strats because realistically, even at beginner level, you will end up being small for this part too. I highly doubt after like a couple hours of practice you will go with big strats here, but we never know. Okay? So let's go back to small and let's go to room 2. So I will recommend in this tutorial to actually grab the midway after room 1. Not because I'm scared that you will die, but because having fire flower for I did the advanced strat, but it's okay. I mixed both strats. Alright. So I definitely recommend grabbing this midway. It's not because I'm afraid of the Castle 1 bosses for you guys, but it's more so having fire flower for World 2 might be a good idea in general for beginners. Personally, I go fire route in World 2. A small only route exists, and it's not that much slower. It's slower than the fire route, but it's not that much slower, and it's an approach that is often taken by intermediate runners because they think maybe that being small in World 2 is more convenient. Here for beginners, I think it's safer to just take the midway, and we're gonna grab a fire flower in the next room, so you will have at least for the beginning of World 2 a fire flower, and that's like extra safety. Okay, so grab the midway, enter this door. Doors in this game are incredibly tight. You have to press up at the right moment, or else you will never get in. This door is easy to miss. If you're really scared to not enter the door, you can straight up stop by pressing left. Hop. You see, I don't get it. So you gotta be right in the right spot and get it. Okay. And you get it into room 2. So room 2 is it's just another scroll, and you can just chill on the left side for a while. When you see this block, we're gonna tap it and grab the flower. This is a progressive power-up. If you're small, it will be a mushroom, but because we're big, it's a flower. And then here, we just jump over that, and we are at the door, okay? We want to enter this door as soon as possible. And it's the door to the boss fight. So I'm gonna redo this room. Very easy. I think there is no problem with this room. Unfortunately, you have ways to mess around, but it's okay. Just take it easy. Alright, at this point, I still hug left, wait for this to go down, and then I can go. I wait for this to fully extend, and up I go here, and then I enter the door. I go as soon as possible. Up here. So you can just hug right and then press up continuously, and you will enter the boss fight. Okay. Well, I like to time it though. Once I'm in the door, once Mario is in front of the door, just get it. So this is the boss fight. So this guy is can be quite tricky. You have multiple ways to kill it. You have a fire kill, and you have a stomp kill. Believe the fire kill is slightly faster, but honestly the difference is not big for those bosses. So let's just see how we can stomp him first. You jump off him, and then you do that. Okay. So you spawn in the boss fight, jump off this guy, and then you want to do those 3 jumps quite quickly, or else the platform would be, if you're slow like this, you see the platform is already swinging on the other side, and then you will lose. You will have to keep bouncing him, but on the other side. Okay. So you want to do those 3 stomps quite quickly. Okay. So hop. There we go. So what I like to do after the first bounce is a big regrab. So first bounce, big regrab, boom and boom. Okay. First bounce, big regrab, hop. You can see that after I get a no bounce off this guy, I repress B. So tack, tack, and tack. Tack, tack, and tack. So just practice the right rhythm for you, and it's a pretty easy boss kill. As you can see, I'm very careful at not shooting fireballs when I do that. The reason why is because if you shoot the guy, he will consider that a hit, and he will move forward. So, oh yeah, look at this. You see how he moves forward if you throw fireballs? So it's like you stomp. Okay? So if you go for the stomp kill, I would advise not doing fireballs. In the middle of it, you can be surprised by the boss trajectory. So tack, 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 tack. If you do the stomps too fast, this is what happens. You see how he gets stuck like that? He gets stuck on the boss. He has a cooldown before you can stomp him again. That's why you do a bounce, big regrab, and then try to get the third hit fast enough. Okay, let's do it again. Tack, tack, tack. Okay. Tack, tack, tack. So that's like the stomp kill with fire. Now we're gonna go a simple fire kill for more advanced player, or if you like fire kill. It's the one I do in runs. It's pretty fun to do. So when you spawn, you shoot a fireball. I have a bad save state. So what I like to do is one fireball, tack, stomp. What? It's 2 fireballs, I'm sorry. So tack, tack, 2 fireballs, stomp, and then I spam fireballs. Tack, tack, stomp, tack, tack. And I took damage because I was too aggressive. So tack, tack, hop. Tack, tack. It's actually hard to switch strats to explain when you explain stuff to people. But you have 7 billion ways to kill this guy. As long as you don't take damage and don't die, you're good. And it takes like only 1 cycle to beat. Tack, tack. You can also like press Y and B at the same time to get a jump and a fireball. But you have to like do that, not like you have to do it like slow, or else you will not get the stomp of it. Why am I struggling with this? Like I mixed all the strats, now I don't know which one I'm doing in runs. So next run I might struggle with this. Oh, there we go. Okay. Alright. So those are the two strats I recommend. This one or just the stomp. I think the stomps are much easier though. It's much easier though. So it's up to you. So if you don't have fire, you can do the same thing. Of course you cannot shoot fireballs, but it's up to you to choose which strat you want. So let's redo this level again. Because this is a key level. And then we'll be done with this video. And I'll do World 2 tomorrow probably. Alright, let's go again. I'm supposed to be small. Alright. So we're small here. Ah, I think I forgot to speak about something important. That's the problem when you do things on the fly. I forgot to talk about grips in this level, and it's probably the most important. In the article, in the tutorial on the wiki, I explain the different kind of grips you want to use in levels. Usually, I'm not gonna force you to go into a certain grip or another. It's up to you to decide which one is the best for you, or which grip is more comfortable for you. This level is an exception. This level is an exception because we want to like switch between spins and jumps like really quickly, okay? But more importantly, you cannot spin jump off fences. A presses do not work on fences, only B presses, first of all. So if you start the level like this, on standard grip, X, X, A, okay? And then you have this part, you'll have a problem. So you do this thing, up. And then here you see pressing A doesn't work. Okay? And if you want to switch, when you're in standard grip and you want to switch back to Y, B, Mario will punch the net before you can do anything. And that's a bit of a problem. So that's why for this level, I'll recommend doing a claw grip for the entirety of this level. Claw gripping, as I explained in the tutorial, is putting my index finger on X so I can freely switch between A, B, and even press Y while having X pressed. Okay? And punching the net will never happen. Okay? So here, no punching the net. I should have talked about this like while we were doing room 1, but it's never too late to talk about grips and fences, because it's probably the most important part of those. A lot of strats in this game, if you know which grip you want and how to switch grips, they are much easier. You have levels where knowing which grip you want is half the work. So there we go. I highly recommend claw for this one. And I think that's all I wanted to add. Maybe I can show a stomp kill, just in case. When you're small, you can do the same thing like this. Tag, tag, and tag. It works. Okay. But that's all. That's all for World 1. I think I talked about everything I wanted to talk. We went through the 4 levels. It's already an hour I've been speaking. And just for 4 levels that are actually not that bad beside Castle 1, so the World 2 video is gonna be extremely long probably. Because it has like the hardest level in the game. For beginners at least. Or maybe the end game is probably harder. Yeah. But World 2 is difficult. So this was World 1. Practice a lot, especially YI3, box jump, and Iggy's castle. Okay? And then it will be okay. And you will be out of World 1 in a decent time. For next video, we're gonna be talking about World 2. And yeah, like I said, this is probably among the hardest level in this category, even for top level player. And for beginners, it's also gonna be difficult, so be ready. World 2 is serious. Okay, well, thank you for watching. This is already way too long, so I have to cut it right now. Thank you for watching, and see you guys in the next video about World 2. Goodbye.